Picture this. You wake up in the morning, check your investment account, and the balance isn't just down for the day, it's now zero. In just 24 hours, you've lost over 99% of your money. Not just you, 40 billion vanished across the world in a single week. It was one of the biggest crashes in crypto history. A 40 billion ecosystem wiped out in just a matter of days. Once one of the world's top 10 cryptocurrencies became worthless overnight, investors around the globe lost their entire life savings. At the center of it all is a man who was once hailed as a crypto genius, Kwon.
Disgraced cryptocurrency mogul Kwon has pleaded guilty in the United States to two frauds.
Been indicted in the U.S. following his arrest in Montenegro with the
Supreme Court overturning earlier decisions to extradite Terraform Labs co-founder
Kwon, the South Korean entrepreneur behind the failed cryptocurrencies Terra UST and Luna, pleaded guilty at a New York court.
Luna was the fastest growing crypto project in the world. Kwon mocked anyone who doubted him, and for a while, it looked unstoppable. But how did a coin with celebrity backers and millions of users implode in just days? And who were the secret forces that walked away with millions from the downfall, while ordinary people lost their homes, their dreams, and their future? This is the story of Terra Luna and UST. How it went from the future of decentralized money to one of the greatest collapses in financial history, and everything that went wrong. It all began in 2018. Terra was founded by Kwon, a South Korean entrepreneur and Stanford-educated computer scientist. Kwon's vision was bold: create a stablecoin ecosystem, a form of digital money designed to always hold a one-to-one constant ratio with the US dollar. This is what's called a peg. In simple terms, 1 Terra dollar should always equal to 1 real US dollar. Right? Well, at least for now. You see, people want to buy crypto, but only without a crazy price change like Bitcoin. Stable coins are only stable because they are backed with real assets, such as securities, cash, or even gold. The point is to give people confidence that it's worth exactly what it claims. But here's where Terra broke from the script. Instead of relying on traditional backing like gold or cash, Terra will invent something completely different. Something that, at first glance, looked genius, but as you will see later, you'll turn out to be one of the biggest mistakes in crypto history. After watching this, I promise that you understand how this works. Now it might be slightly technical, but it's crucial for the story. At the center of this Terra system were two main coins, Terra UST and Terra Luna. Terra UST is a stablecoin designed to always stay at $1 in value, and Terra Luna was created to keep it balanced. We all know that the price can fluctuate due to volatility, but Terra's algorithm promised that you could always exchange 1 UST coin for $1 worth of Luna, and vice versa at any time. This created a clever buy and sell game that was meant to keep UST stable. The pair worked like a seesaw at an amusement park, perfectly in tandem, and for a while, it looked like magic. At the same time, Kwon was named a Forbes Asia 30 Under 30 star, but little did he know, this magic trick came with a catch that we will uncover very soon.
When Terra first started, it sort of started as sort of a vertical blockchain. So it was designed to service one customer really well. So the idea was that we would, take the Terra blockchain, wrap it up in, a consumer-facing product, and attract millions and tens of millions of people to transact using Terra stablecoins across, a number of different e-commerce and offline merchants. So to some extent, that vision has rolled out pretty well. Today there's about 2.6, 2.7 million users.
By March 2021, Terra's ecosystem exploded. It was clear to anyone at this point that Kwon wasn't just building a crypto project anymore, he was building a religion, and called his followers lunatics. Do Kwon wanted to turbocharge Terra's system's growth, so he gave them the one thing everybody wants: money, and lots of it. Through a platform called Anchor Protocol, Do Kwon promised depositors a jaw-dropping 20% interest rates on UST coins. Think about it. Your bank gives you 0.01%, but Anchor offers to give you 2,000 times more. It looks like free money. Billions flowed into Terra, and at its peak, Luna soared to over $100 per coin with a 40 billion market cap. But here's the catch. Over 75% of all UST was locked inside of Anchor. Unlike other stablecoins backed by physical dollars in a bank, UST was backed only by an algorithm and faith. And when that faith broke, it triggered a chain reaction no one could stop. But Do Kwon was supremely confident in his token. He even agreed to a bet on Twitter where someone offered 1 million that Terra would eventually fail. By early 2022, reports show Anchor's deposits were rapidly depleting. Critics called the strategy unsustainable. Do Kwon laughed them off, publicly mocking them as poor and stupid. During COVID, when the economy was hanging by a thread, Anchor's near-empty reserves left its fate sealed.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell?
The cologne?
No.
Opportunity.
No. Money.
Okay.
I smell money.
Okay.
Hedge funds saw the fragile Terra system as a giant opportunity to profit. By May 2022, big hedge funds borrowed huge amounts of UST and dumped it all at once into the market. That sudden sell-off broke the $1 peg, and once UST slipped just a little bit, panic selling spread. In order to keep it stabilized, the peg algorithm started printing more and more Luna, but that made it worse. The system was so flooded with Luna, causing its price to also plummet. Some believe that hedge fund deliberately coordinated this attack, knowing that Terra's system had a fatal weakness. By exploiting it, they could profit massively while the entire system collapsed, and some were even rumored to have made hundreds of millions from the trade. But for Do Kwon, it was the beginning of the end. Panic set in very soon. Holders rushed to redeem UST for Luna, and suddenly, $1 UST was now worth 90 cents, then 70 cents, then 50 cents. It was only a matter of time before it goes to zero. The lower UST sank, the faster Luna drowned in a race to the bottom. This cycle is known as death spiral. 40 billion market value will be wiped out in just days. UST collapsed to a few cents, and Luna, once worth over $100 per token, dropped to fractions of a penny.
Why has Luna crashed?
So Luna has crashed because it's attached to a stable coin called UST. And basically, as the stablecoin UST gets sold off, more Luna gets minted. And so it has crashed because the stablecoin was part of a trade and has disconnected from its peg.
In the aftermath of the crash, investors lost their life savings. Startups that had built on Terra vanished overnight. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged Do Kwon and Terraform Labs with fraud, accusing them of misleading investors. South Korean government issued an arrest warrant. In 2023, Do Kwon was arrested in Montenegro with fake passports.
The Montenegrin Court of Appeals finalized on Wednesday the extradition of Do Kwon to his home country, South Korea. In a statement on its website, the court said that it had rejected an appeal by Kwon's legal representatives and upheld a decision by the country's high court on March.
By 2025, US courts ordered him to pay over $200 million in penalty. The Terra Luna's collapse wasn't just another crypto crash. It was a brutal reminder that when hype, arrogance, and weak foundations collide, billions can disappear in an instant. Do Kwon promised the future of money. Instead, he built a house of cards that collapsed in days. And a warning for investors: if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.